equity is at the heart of preliminary injunction and stay determinations, because these require courts to decide disputes while litigation over the merits is ongoing. The government bears an especially heavy burden to obtain a stay. It can satisfy only if it demonstrates it is likely to succeed on the merits of its legal claims. It will suffer irreparable harm from the injunction, and the harm it experiences outweighs the harm its new policy will cause plaintiffs. At the end of the day, despite its burden to support its bid for a stay, the government has not identified or articulated any way in which it will actually be harmed if it cannot enact its new policy while the parties litigate whether it is lawful. Each plaintiff credibly testified they'd experienced significant anxiety and fear for their safety if required to use passports that reflect their sex assigned at birth rather than their gender identity. Absent injunction, the plaintiffs in class are forced to make a difficult choice no other Americans face: use gender incongruent passports and risk harassment and bodily invasions on the one hand, or avoid all activities that may require a passport on the other. The harm to these individuals from having to make that choice before their legal challenges have even been resolved is palpable. The governments fail to demonstrate any, let alone irreparable harm that surpasses the injury to plaintiffs if the policy were to go into effect. That incongruity is where equity comes in, because granting the stay will be of little advantage to the government, while needless and significantly burdening plaintiffs have hit it cannot justify the court's intervention. But today the court refuses to answer equity's call. The court's failure to acknowledge the basic norms of equity jurisdiction is more than merely regrettable. It is an abdication of the court's duty to ensure that equitable standards apply equally to all litigants. To transgender people and the government alike, such senseless sidestepping of the obvious equitable outcome has become an unfortunate pattern. So too has my refusal to look the other way when basic principles are selectively discarded. This court has once again paved the way for the immediate infliction of injury without adequate or really any justification, because I cannot acquiesce to this this, the painful perversion or equitable discretion. I respectfully dissent.